So this is the part third of Ottoman Empire lecture series. Decline. At its height, the Ottoman Empire was a real player in European politics, and it was home to more Christians than Muslims. Starting in the 1600s, the Ottoman Empire began to lose its economic and military dominance to Europe. Until then, there had always been new territory to conquer and new lands to exploit. But after the empire failed to conquer Vienna for a second time in 1683, it began to weaken. Around this time, Europe had strengthened rapidly with the Renaissance and the start of Industrial Revolution. Other factors such as poor leadership and having to compete with trade from Americas and India led to the weakening of this empire. By the 19th century, the Ottoman Empire was derisively called the sick man of Europe for its dwindling territory, economic decline, and increasing dependence on the rest of Europe. Over the next 100 years, the empire began to lose key regions of land. Like after a revolt, Greece won their independence from the Ottoman Empire in 1830. Then in 1878, the Congress of Berlin declared the independence of Romania, Serbia, and Bulgaria. In 1908, the reform-minded Young Turks they staged a full-fledged revolt and restored the constitution. But these Young Turks who were now ruling the Ottoman Empire wanted to strengthen it. So their Balkan neighbors, they became angry. Then Balkan wars that followed resulted resulted in the loss of 33% of the empire's remaining territory and up to 20% of its population. These Balkan wars, which took place in 1912 and 1913, the Ottoman Empire lost nearly all their territories in Europe. At the start of World War One, the Ottoman Empire was already in decline. Ottoman army entered in the war in 1914 on the side of Central Powers. Who were Central Powers? They were Germany, Austria, and Hungary. And this Turkish army was defeated in October 1918. So, as World War One loomed, the Ottoman Empire entered into a secret alliance with Germany. This war was disastrous for Turkish forces and Turkish population. More than two-thirds of the Ottoman military became casualty during World War One, and up to 3 million civilians died. Among these were around 1.5 million Armenians who were wiped out in massacres and in death marches during their expulsion from Ottoman territory. Following the armistice of Mudros, most Ottoman territories were divided between Britain, France, Greece, and Russia. The Ottoman Empire officially ended in 1922 when the title of Ottoman Sultan was eliminated, bringing an end to what was once of history's most successful empires. Turkey was declared a republic on October 29, 1923, when Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, he was an army officer, when he founded the independent Republic of Turkey. He then served as Turkey's first president from 1923 to 1938 until his death. He implemented many reforms that rapidly secularized and westernized this country. Now, Ottoman legacy. This empire ruled for more than 600 years. This is one of the mightiest and longest lasting dynasties in world history. Ottoman Turks are often remembered for their powerful military, ethnic diversity, artistic ventures, religious tolerance, and architectural marvels. The mighty empire's influence is still much alive in the present day Turkish Republic, a modern, mostly secular nation thought of by many scholars as a continuation of the Ottoman Empire. The political, economic, and social institutions of the classical Islamic empires were amalgamated with those inherited from Byzantium and the Great Turkish empires of Central Asia. And these institutions were re-established in new forms that were to characterize the area into modern time. So they took things from three sources like classical Islamic empire, then Byzantium empire, and then Central Asian Turkish empires. They inherited the things, political, economic, and social things from these empires. They mixed them and re-established the new forms of institutions. The Ottoman Empire was a source of great regional stability and security, as well as important achievements in the arts, science, religion, and culture. Ottomans were also known for their achievement in art, science, and medicine. Istanbul and other major cities throughout the empire were recognized as artistic hubs, especially during the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent. Some of the most popular forms of art included calligraphy, painting, poetry, textiles, carpet weaving, ceramics, and music. Ottoman architecture also helped define the culture of the time. Elaborate mosques and public buildings were constructed during this period. Science was regarded as an important field of study. The Ottomans learned and practiced advanced mathematics, astronomy, philosophy, physics, geography, and chemistry. They invented several surgical instruments that are still used today, such as forceps, catheters, scalpels, pincers, lancets. The migration waves of Byzantine scholars and immigrants in the period following the sacking of Constantinople and the fall of Constantinople in 1453 is considered by many scholars key to the revival of Greek and Roman studies, and that led to the development of the Renaissance, humanism, and science. These immigrants were grammarians, humanists, poets, writers, printers, lecturers, musicians, astronomers, architects, academics, artists, scribes, philosophers, scientists, politicians, and theologians. These all brought to Western Europe the far greater preserved and accumulated knowledge of their own Greek civilization. Okay, so many modern scholars also agree that the exodus of Greeks to Italy as a result of this fall of Constantinople marked the end of the Middle Age and the beginning of Renaissance. So this is fall of Constantinople is very important event even for history of Europe. So this was all about Byzantine Empire. We will see crusades in next lecture. By that time, take care. Bye.